But more importantly, it's been a winning homestand, thanks mostly to solid starting pitching and a little highlight reel defense. Tonight, the Bucks and Charlie Morton find themselves with a chance to win their third straight series. A sign that this team is starting to believe that they can win as they mature on the fly. The series finale against Jay Happ and the world champion Phillies is coming up next on FSN.
Welcome to PHI Park. Game time 7:05.
At PNC Park, welcome to everybody, including the Utley and Howard clan. And by the way, Charlie Morton will be opposing Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, and the rest of the Philadelphia Phillies. The concluding game of the long 9-game homestand and the rubber match of this 3-game series. The Buccos against their cross-state rivals, the Philadelphia Phillies. Greg Brown, along with John Wayner. Rock, hard to put too much importance on this game for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but it would be huge to win 2 of 3 from the Philadelphia Phillies and end a 9-game homestand going 7-2.
Well, no question. After that last road trip especially, I thought it was gloom and doom, but they've played great this entire homestand, and the Phillies are really good. I mean, offensively, defensively, they're in the top 2. Pitching, obviously, their bullpen, everything has been pretty solid, so it'd be great to see the Pirates win 2 of 3.
Always starts with starting pitching, and that's been the key for the Pirates this homestand.
Yeah, no question. They've been outstanding. There you see, that's the starting pitcher's record, 5-1, 2.75 ERA. Charlie Morton was a part of that. His last time out had a real good start against the Reds, and that's what's going to win here in Pittsburgh. It's good starting pitching, and hopefully that will continue tonight with Charlie Morton.
Charlie Morton, thankfully, was able to forget that horrific start against the Chicago Cubs at Wrigley Field. So 6 days ago here at PNC Park, you mentioned, Rock, what he did against the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, no question. And one thing about Charlie is when he's throwing strikes, he's tough to hit. He has real good stuff, top of the rotation stuff. He just hasn't been consistent. Good start, so-so start. Good start, bad start. Last start was a good start. Hopefully tonight he can have back-to-back good starts. He has yet to do that this year, and he's going to need to because he's up against Jay Happ, who not only one of the top rookies, but one of the top left-handers in baseball.
Yeah, let alone the fact that this guy's a rookie. And by the way, the last Phillies rookie with 11 or more wins, our own Bob Walk back in 1980, and Happ was real good against the Pirates back in mid-July in Philadelphia. Yep, they're coming by plane, train, even boat. Philly fans coming in to see the Buccos and the Phils. And we're getting ready to start this thing. Coming up in just a moment.
honest beer at a tasty price. By your Western PA Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
The finale of the 3-game series. It's the rubber match and the final game of a 9-game homestand at beautiful PNC Park as the Pirates finish up their season series against their cross-state rivals. The lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Jimmy Rollins, the leadoff man. Shane Victorino hits second. He's in center. Chase Utley, followed by Ryan Howard. His last 13 games hitting .321 with 9 homers and 25 RBIs. Jason Worth is in right. Rolly Banez, the left fielder, hitting 7th at third. Pedro Feliz. Paul Bacco, the veteran backstop, is behind the plate, and Jay Happ, the pitcher, behind Charlie Morton. The Pirates defensively looking like this. Lastings, Milich, Andrew McCutchen, Garrett Jones left to right. Corners, Andy LaRoche, Steve Pierce, Luis Cruz again for Ronnie Cedeno at short, Delwin Young at second, Ryan Domit catches Charlie Morton.
And there's Charlie, who likes to pitch here at PNC Park, 3.07 ERA, but his work's cut out for him tonight. You make mistakes against this offense, don't make you pay. And that's the one thing I do like about Charlie Morton, though. He can get away with mistakes. The stuff is good enough. When guys with lesser stuff leave it over the heart, they're going to get hit hard by these guys. Charlie Morton, stuff's a little better than average. So guys with his kind of stuff have a tendency to get away with more. But hopefully he's in the strike zone ahead all day.
And strike one on Jimmy Rollins, who was 0 for 4, but scored in the 10th inning. The leadoff walk issued by Steven Jackson, and eventually the 3-run homer by Ryan Howard. Rollins saw 2 pitches to begin this series and hit 2 home runs against Ross Ohlendorf on Tuesday. The Pirates' walk-off win. 2-1.
Look at that, the stash.
I saw Ross Ohlendorf has that going now, too. And that's a fair ball. And Jimmy Rollins is going to try for 2. No, he puts on the brakes after the wide turn. It's surprising that Rollins didn't get a double out of that. But he's on to start the ball game.
And John Russell's going to go out, and from here it looked like it was foul. It's hard to say. Steve Pierce certainly reacted as if he thought it was a foul ball.
Just not sure there. Tough to tell.
And remember, on a ball that's on the ground, once it passes the bag, it doesn't necessarily have to be on the fair side of the line. It's where it goes over the base, and there you see it. Oh my gosh, that's hard to believe that that's a fair ball. That ball, before it hit the base, hit outside that white line. It hit outside the foul line, or maybe just on the edge of that foul line.
Maybe why Rollins didn't get to second,
because he thought it was foul.
Yeah. I mean, why else would Jimmy Rollins not have an easy double on a ball like that?
Boy, I mean, with the splash cam,
yeah, that was a good indication.
The high one, you could see where that ball hit.
Strike called on Victorino.
Maybe 5 feet in front of the bag.
See if Rollins reacts. That's a foul ball. Oh, wait, goodness. He called it fair. That's why Rollins didn't get a double.
Exactly.
Jimmy Rollins.
That reaction's better than any replay you can come up with, really.
1-1 strike to count on Victorino.
Even watching it live from here, it looked like it. I thought it bounced outside the line. It may have caught the chalk before the bag, but there's no way that ball goes over the bag after it hits in front of it, just outside the chalk.
Top foul. One and 2 the count. Phillies 1 through 6 hitters tonight. 144 home runs, 82 stolen bases. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rollins with 24 steals, but 1 attempt since August the 2nd.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
3 weeks, over 3 weeks.
Fairly close. Well, I was shocked that Rollins didn't get the double to start this game. Now, the shot that we had of him certainly explained it. He thought it was a foul ball. I was just as surprised that Rollins didn't score on the Chase Utley fly ball in the 10th inning last night to Andrew McCutchen. But turned out to be a moot point because Ryan Howard followed with a home run. And like Rollins might have been leaning, and the throw to Pierce is high and away.
Yeah, I think if there was 1 out on the fly ball, there's no question he would have attempted to score and tag. But with nobody out, Ryan Howard on deck, I'm sure the decision was made that we're not going to risk having Rollins thrown out at the plate.
Understand it. I mean, it's you can argue the point, but Rollins with his speed, and the ball hit to right field, and that speed will get Rollins to third, and the Phillies in business right away. 2 batters into the ball game. This is a tough lineup.
Yes, it is, and it's even tougher when they're getting the breaks.
Yeah.
And for Charlie Morton, first batter game hits a foul ball. It's rolled fair, and now here, not a bad pitch to Victorino. He gets tied up. He gets jammed, and he pulls it just inside the line. That's the other thing. I think when you get jammed, it's actually an advantage if you end up pulling it down the line, because there's no hook, there's no slice. If he gets out in front, hits it off the end, good chance that ball slices foul. But when you get jammed, you don't have that. It just kind of stays straight. But perhaps a missed call and a jam shot. He's in trouble early.
So the infield looks for 2. Chase Utley takes a ball. Utley, 2 out of 5 last night. The solo homer in the first, his 27th of the year off Paul Mahallam. And that score stood until 1 out into the bottom of the 9th when Brandon Moss hit the pinch hit home run off Ryan Madsen. No count on Utley. 2-0. Let's check out Rock's Tips to Win, presented by our friends at Rivers Casino.
Well, for Charlie Morton, I think it's very important for him with his stuff is to get ahead. Once he gets ahead, finish the hitters, stay ahead. And at times like this at bat, first and third, nobody out, he's behind 2-0, and he's in a little bit of trouble. And as far as Jay Happ's concerned, good stuff, not overpowering, but he has a sneaky quick fastball. He likes to throw it up in the zone.
Gomit shouldn't have even thrown it. There's no chance. Victorino had a great jump, and that's Victorino's 21st steal. He was off.
Yep, big jump. You see it here. Charlie Morton a bit deliberate to the plate, the high leg kick. Fortunately, the throw by Gomit is picked nicely by the shortstop Luis Cruz, keeping that ball from going into center field. He's got good hands.
Yes, he does.
I mean, Tim and I were talking about it last night. He's not a small guy. He's about 215 pounds, 6'1", but he plays small. I mean, great hands, good feet.
3-1 the count now on Chase Utley. So that is the 21st steal for Victorino. They can not only hit for power, they can run. That's 83 stolen bases and 101 attempts for the top 6 men in this lineup to go along with their 144 home runs. And now the base is loaded for Ryan Howard. Oh boy. Hello. Now, it is a rare home run for Ryan Howard against the Pittsburgh Pirates. 97 career at bats. He has 16 hits, 3 home runs career. The game winner in the 10th.
Certainly not the guy you want walking up there with the bases loaded, nobody out. 107 RBIs, and Joe Kerrigan delivering a plan for Charlie Morton as to how to approach Ryan Howard.
It was Howard's second career home run hit at PNC Park. He was 2 for 3 last night. 1 for 4 in the opening game of the series.
Already with 8 grand slams in his career. He hasn't been here that long.
No.
Seems like he's been here a while, but he hasn't been here that long.
His rookie year of 2005, when he hit 22 homers, drove in 63 runs. 5th round pick in 2001. Half swing, foul ball. Well, Jimmy Rollins got the base hit thanks to the call by the first base umpire Mike Estabrook. Shane Victorino the base hit and the steal, and Utley walked.
Good start here against Howard, getting ahead. Let's see if you can get him to either strike out or hit a ground ball right at somebody.
Ground ball right at somebody. Pierce will try for one there, and no throw to first. And they get one.
Well, that's always a tougher play right there when you get the ground ball to first. Pierce was back off the bag, so there's no chance for Steve Pierce to be able to cover first. Charlie Morton, you see, wasn't off the mound all that quickly. And Cruz, it's hard to tell if he didn't have a handle or if he just didn't notice that Morton was over there at first base. But Charlie didn't get over there very quickly. And if you've ever seen Charlie run the bases, he doesn't move all that quickly. And there you see a couple of soft steps leaving the mound. If he gets off that mound with urgency and gets over there and covers the bag, Cruz sees him on the bag, he's going to throw that ball and maybe get a double play.
RBI for Howard, and the Phillies, for the 3rd straight night, have the 1-0 lead in the first inning. Worth had 3 hits last night, on base 4 times. Breaking ball didn't break over the plate, 1-1.
One thing I notice about Worth too, he's a big guy, he's tall, long arms, likes to get extended, and it seems like we kind of pitch him away an awful lot. As a guy, especially in a situation here, you need a ground ball double play. Crowd him, get it inside.
2-1.
Best case scenario, hard hit ground ball to your third baseman, Andy LaRoche. It would be a tailor-made double play ball.
Pop up to second.
I'm not sure if that was a fastball. It only came in at 87, but it was inside, and Worth had no chance. I mean, it just ties him up.
But area dry over at second base. Look at the pop up.
That's inside at 87, and he can't get extended on it.
Well, that surely proves your point.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was like a backup slider or what the pitch was. I doubt that it was a fastball.
Easy play for Delwyn Young, and now Raul Ibanez. That area dry at second base, that was Perry Hill's suggestion to the grounds crew, so that Delwyn Young able to have better footing. Ibanez.
And a lot of these players nowadays choose the plastic cleats, and we talked about it a little bit last night. If you have a wet ground and you're wearing plastic cleats, you're not probably going to have very good footing. If you have metal cleats, it probably doesn't matter as much.
Morton falls behind 2-0.
There you see, even there, just him walking around, you see that that wet turf getting caught up in those plastic cleats. I think that was an inside changeup to Worth, and there was 2 straight changeups to Raul Ibanez. That one he left inside. That's a dangerous place to throw a changeup. I think Ibanez, the eyes got a bit big, started to swing a little bit early, came off it a bit, came up empty.
This will be the 23rd pitch of the first inning for Charlie Morton. Big bender, and he doesn't get a call there. It's 3-1.
Charlie in trouble and going to the off-speed stuff. And, when you have a 93, 94, sometimes 95-mile-per-hour fastball with the kind of movement he has, it's a weapon. I think it's something he needs to go to more than just the soft stuff.
Back toward left center field. And Millage over, McCutchen over. It's McCutchen who makes the catch. 6 men come to the plate, 1 run against Charlie Morton and the Buccos. Andrew McCutchen will lead off the bottom of the first. Andrew McCutchen, followed by Delwyn Young, and then Garrett Jones. Andy LaRoche again hitting cleanup tonight. Ryan Doman will be followed by Lastings Millage, who's hitting .357 over his last 8 games. Steve Pearce, Luis Cruz, Charlie Morton rounding out the starting 9 against Jay Happ, and defense behind him. It's Raul Ibanez, Shane Victorino, and Jason Worth. Ryan Howard at first, Chase Utley at second, Jimmy Rollins at short, Pedro Police, the third baseman, veteran, catcher Paul Bacco. Jay Happ, not J.A., doesn't like J.A. Happ. Must be called Jay Happ. Andrew McCutchen takes ball 1. McCutchen hitting .287 with 8 home runs. And takes. Happ's homies are here from Philly.
You'll see velocity on Happ's fastball. It's upper 80s. He'll hit 90 every now and again.
Fly ball to deep center field. Victorino back. Wall and gone. McCutchen has tied it with his 9th. Well, one Rookie of the Year candidate against another, and McCutchen wins that battle with a ding-dong.
You watch that top of the first inning and all the things going on. The first 3 batters reach safely. You're in a jam. You're facing this great offensive lineup. It seemed like it took 25 minutes. There was a ton of pitches thrown. They scratched together 1 run. A couple of pitches later, Andrew McCutchen continues to impress. Happ falls behind. McCutchen gets a pitch he could drive, and just like that, 1-1.
Number 9 for McCutchen. Delwyn Young lifts one to center. Victorino for the first out. Only the 14th home run allowed by Jay Happ on the year. 1-800-SAFE-AUTO reminds you that you are safe at home with Safe Auto. Proudly supporting the Obadiah Cole Foundation for prostate cancer screening and awareness. Early detection is the cure.
You know, last night we had Andrew mic'd up, and he was talking about how he feels like he's getting on his back leg and he's strong. And he ended up hitting a hard line drive to the third baseman on a changeup. And you know, in watching that swing, and I know there's a lot of parents out there, a lot of kids think you sit on that back leg and you squish the bug or whatever. And maybe Andrew does too. But if you watch that swing, we had a third base view of that swing, or a first base side view of that swing. And when he makes contact with that ball, his foot is off the ground. Watch the right foot. There's no back leg in that. That's front side. That's a firm front side. That's extension. That's extension through the middle. It's just picture perfect.
Clemente swing.
Oh, that's
Well, popped out of play, left side. I think it's out of play. Maybe not. Yeah. Felice went over to take a look.
Clemente was a little more exaggerated. He really had the long stride and really wide, and really had a lot of drift to his swing.
Well, certainly not the only guy who leaves that foot up in the air, but
no, most hitters do. I mean, believe it or not, especially on pitches middle away, almost all hitters when they hit the ball well.
Sharply hit, but Utley retires Garrett Jones for the second out. And by the way, a good job by McCutchen to get the game tied, but also to bring down that price tag of the left and right field box seats for the series against the Cardinals here at PNC Park, Friday, September 4th through Sunday, September 6th. Every time the Pirates score a run, last two games and tonight, we total it up. Tickets available for purchase starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. And the tickets are now down to $16 with 8 1/3 innings left. Stop by the PNC Park box office. Call 1-800-5-BUCKS. Or go online at pirates.com/howmanyruns. Supplies limited, so make sure you call first thing or stop by or get online right away tomorrow morning. Total of 2,500 tickets per game for the left and right field box seats available.
J-Hap. It's hard for me not to say J-A, but J-Hap. He's pretty stingy. Hopefully we can get that number down into the single digits. Maybe put up some big numbers against him, although.
That's it sharply. Nice play, Jimmy Rollins, to stick with it. Roche retired. Bucks were down 1-0 until Andrew McCutchen launched his 9th home run of the season. After 1 inning, it's 1-1. Quote book, we open it up. It's John Russell, who played for the Phillies. It's unfortunate we're not in the same division anymore. When I played, we were in the same division, and it was exciting. You know there's going to be some Philly fans here, and it's going to be electric. Well, he's right on the money there, and we've talked a long time the last few years about how neat it would be for the Pirates to be in the National League East, and what a crime it is to play the Phillies just one time in Pittsburgh, one time in Philadelphia every year. It makes no sense.
You're right.
Two storied franchises, and there was no better rivalry in all of sports during especially the 1970s. I mean, they went at it toe to toe, much like this 3-game series.
And you know, growing up here, these were the games I would not miss.
Yeah,
I'd jump on the bus, come on down.
A lot of people would go on the bus and go to Philly. The Veterans Stadium strike 3 call, just like the Philly fans are coming to Pittsburgh here, and many Pirate fans we saw in Philadelphia earlier this summer. And all it would take, you'd think, would be just a click of the fingers. Pirates are now in the National League East. Commissioner could do it.
You wouldn't have to move any other teams.
No,
just one.
Just easy do. Just hey, it's done. Charlie Morton strikes out Pedro Feliz, looking. Paul Bacco takes ball 1.
We're in the Eastern time zone. We play the majority of our games in that time zone, and instead of playing a heck of a lot in the Central.
Playing those National League East clubs again, especially the Phillies, on a regular basis. Drive to right. And gone. Paul Bacco, a light-hitting veteran catcher, hits his 2nd home run and gives the Phillies a 2-1 lead.
Bacco with just 1 home run coming in, and I'm sorry, you fall behind 2-0, especially to this lineup. You might not get hurt that often from a guy like Bacco. But 2-0, look at that, middle, right where Domit's set up, threw it right to the mitt. You know, he's digging in. He's looking for a fastball he could drive. He gets it, he didn't miss it.
Paul Bacco, 2nd career home run against Pittsburgh. His first home run was August the 6th against Colorado.
I'm guessing that's a changeup.
The
87. I'm not sure. I mean, he threw a couple of pitches out. He's been throwing a lot of pitches, 87, 88, 89, and even there, 86.
See if we watch with Domet.
Yeah, I want to start watching the signs, but you know, this guy with a plus fastball.
Yeah,
this
this
is the pitcher.
086 hitter, 3 for 35.
I don't know. See where the velocity is here. 92.
Cruz. Check out the Paul Bacco home run.
2-0 pitch. Morton knew right away. But that, you know, the odd thing is, you know, you're in a 2-0 count. You're set up down the middle. You throw it down the middle.
You're surprised by the outcome?
Yeah, you're surprised by the outcome. I mean, it's why it's important for him to get ahead, especially against this part of the line.
Now that was the change up there. So Jimmy Rollins, by the way.
And that was at 80.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just taking something off of the fastball. I'm not sure. And that's typically where his changeup is. There's the changeup wiggle again. 81. I'm trying to figure out what are these 87, 88s, 89s.
Breaking ball fouled off by Rollins.
And in those keys talking about getting ahead, staying ahead. Basically, when he does get ahead, we've seen it the brief time he's been here with the Pirates. He gets to 0-2 after a few pitches. You find it's 3-2.
Base hit.
And now an 0-2 base hit, so the time you do get ahead, I mean, you got to be able to finish them. You got to be able to figure out a way to bury them. Not let them get back into the count. Not leave a pitch over the heart of the plate like he just did there 0-2. And that's part of the inexperience. That's part of a guy like Charlie Morton, not with the greatest control. I mean, and hopefully with experience, with confidence, he's able to put the ball where he wants.
Rollins goes. He'll have the stolen base uncontested as the ball was dropped by Doman. 25 steals for Rollins.
That's another thing I think for Charlie Morton to work on is his times to the plate, getting the ball to his catcher sooner so the running games can't take liberties.
Two 2-0 on Victorino.
Shane is taking all the way. You have a runner in scoring position, a 2-0 count, a fastball count. You got two boppers behind you, Utley, Howard, and he was content just to take the pitch. Got a good fastball to hit, hard of the plate.
Morton stepping off. This is with a breaking pitch, 3-1.
Yeah, there's that pitch at 87 again. Not exactly sure what that is.
Into left, Millage right there. Route number 3. Paul Bacco hits his second home run of the season and gives the Phillies a 2-1 lead. Series here.
That's the way.
Like the old days.
By the way, that's the way you go to all you can eat.
Oh, we're going
That's
to have
the
to, if
way.
we can, ask maybe for that shot again, because there's no better person to ask for directions to the all AM, PM, all you can eat seats than John Wayner.
Good chance you get on TV sitting out there too.
And to wear that hat, you definitely get on TV. There's a ground ball to second. Utley Domit is the first out. First batter in the second. Common scene, pitching coach Joe Kerrigan talking to his pitchers between innings.
What's that 87, 88 mile an hour pitcher throwing, Charlie?
I don't want to see it anymore, right?
I'm guessing he's just taking something off his fastball. Just kind of, certain guys can throw a BP fastball up there or whatever, but he's not commanding it very well.
Lastings Millage playing in his 23rd game for the Pirates, combined with the Nationals, hitting .248, .271 in a Bucco unit. Bounce to short. Rollins in. Waits for that third hop. 2 ground ball outs. And we get to our Barrel Automotive League leaders stat. Jay Happ on the road, a 1.72 ERA. Better than Chris Carpenter, better than Matt Cain, better than the Rockies' Jason Hamill and the Giants' Tim Lincecum. Barrel.com definitely worth the click.
6-1 with that 1.72 ERA. He's only allowed more than 2 runs in one of those 10 starts he's had on the road.
A lot of competition for Rookie of the Year in the National League this season. Comes in tight with fastball to Steve Pearce. Jay Happ from Spring Valley, Illinois. A 3rd round pick in 2004 by the Phillies. 26 years old. And Pearce looks at a strike.
It's just that sneaky quick fastball. Just gets on the hitter.
He played for John Russell in Ottawa minor leagues 2 years ago. And that drops in. Shane Victorino gets to so many baseballs you don't think he's going to get to, but not that one. The base hit for Pearce.
A bloopy ball. Ties Steve Pearce up a bit.
Luis Cruz now. Now, he was not a late addition to the lineup tonight like he was the first 2 games of this series. Ronnie Cedeno was in the lineup up until game time Tuesday night and last night. But that pinky still hurting a bit, that fractured tip of the pinky, the right hand. Cedeno, a pinch hit double in the 7th inning last night. Count 2-1 on Luis Cruz. Ronnie Cedeno's pinky. And interesting how the Pirates decide to work it with the shortstop position. Luis Cruz gets the call over Brian Bixler. Bixler started on Sunday against the Reds. Cedeno hurt that finger Friday night against Cincinnati. Luis Cruz was in the lineup the next night, and on Sunday it was Bixler. And now Cruz has started all 3 games against the Phillies.
Bixler hit a couple balls hard. I mean, I thought he had a pretty decent game Sunday. Looked pretty good.
Brian Bixler.
Certainly tough to do. Youngster come up here and not get regular playing time.
Luis Cruz, most of this season spent down in the minors at AAA. Native of Sonora, Mexico. And he draws the walk in front of Charlie Morton. Jay Happ. 50 walks in 138 innings for the rookie left-hander.
It's good at bat from Luis Cruz. You might say, so what? You get a pitcher coming up, no RBIs, but you get him out of the way. Charlie Morton, who's managed to get a couple of hits. He gets a hit, you get a run out of it. If he doesn't get a hit, you turn the lineup over. You got your leadoff hitter leading off the third.
0-2 on Morton, who attended Joel Barlow High School in Reading, Fairfield County, Connecticut. Third-round pick of the Braves in 2002. 3 pitches, he's down, but Cruz did get to Morton, and so Andrew McCutchen will lead off the bottom of the third. It's 2-1.
And frothy cappuccinos only at McDonald's. I'm loving it. And by Day Automotive, we're gonna make your day.
And time for our Day Automotive. This day in Pirates history, 1979, 30 years ago today, Jim Bibby went 2 for 3 at the plate, including a home run in the third inning, but a no decision in a loss against the Dodgers in L.A. Jim Bibby, who spent parts of 5 years in a Bucco uniform, did really great work helping the 79 We Are Family team into the World Series.
Big man.
Yep.
I didn't think he could hit, though. Homer for Bibby.
About that.
He could sweat.
Oh, we talked about that. We referred to Jim Bibby a handful of times this year when Ross Ollendorf has been on the mound, reminiscent of Jim Bibby. Chase Utley walked in the first. Utley, Ryan Howard, Jason Worth, 2-1 Phils. All fouled out of play. By the way, speaking of Ross Ollendorf, I want to thank him and all the players this year who helped make another season of the Pirates 65 Roses Club so special. Matt Capps, the honorary chairman, asking his teammates to get involved in the pregame parties that we hold, and I hope that you'll think about getting involved next year. Our final pregame party tonight, thanks to Paul Stabile from Cystic Fibrosis and the local chapter of the Pirates 65 Roses Club. Thanks to Verizon Wireless, the title sponsor. donating $65 every time a Pirate homers on the year to help the cause. If you'd like to get involved, 412-321-4424. Ask about the Pirates 65 Roses Club. That's the telephone number for cystic fibrosis, 412-321-4424. Chase Utley is down on strikes. And you can also go to their website, get more information, cff.org/chapters/WPA. And a big thank you and a tip of the cap to Matt Cass. Ball one to Ryan Howard. By the way, and condolences to Steve Blass. He and I do the publicity, for the 65 Roses Club, and Steve's been very much involved for many, many years. But Steve's mom passed away late last night. Steve has been at her bedside in Connecticut along with the rest of his family. Steve left on Sunday. His mother has not been well for the last really couple years. So our thoughts and prayers to Steve Blass and his family as his mother passes away late last night. Strike 2 on Howard. And Steve wanted us to make sure we thanked you, Rock.
For not a problem, especially under
the home
those
games.
Especially under those circumstances. Good genes in that Blass family, though.
Yep.
I mean, that's a pretty good long life there. 87.
Yep.
Steve's still going strong when he's 77.
Hey now, hey now. He'll get wind of that, even in Connecticut, what you said there.
I'm sure.
The overshift against Ryan Howard, you see it. He grounded out to Steve Pearce in the first inning, but produced the run, his 108th RBI of the year, second to Albert Pujols in the National League. And by the way, while we're at it, I hate to bring it up. There's no easy way to do it. Mike Sandoval, the Pirates assistant trainer, he's been away from the club for a week. His father passed away suddenly last Thursday, and our thoughts and prayers have been with Doomer, Mike Sandoval, Pirates assistant trainer. Ball fouled off by Ryan Howard, stays 3-2. Charlie Morton tries to have an easier inning, but he's thrown 54 pitches already.
Well, that's part of the problem, too, becoming more efficient. Throwing quality strikes down in the zone.
Walks Ryan Howard. Second walk for Morton. Has shown flashes since joining the Pirates.
You know, that's the thing, and just watching tonight, and you hear about the power arm, the good sink, the good movement, and really, does he have faith in that fastball? Does he have faith in the movement of that fastball? I'm sure he can almost go through the lineup one time throwing just fastballs and probably fare pretty well if he's down in the zone throwing strikes. But you see a lot of curveballs, a lot of the changeups, a lot of these BP fastballs, I suppose, in the mid-upper 80s. It's, you know, at some point in time you have to establish that heater.
Second out.
And it doesn't matter if it's a powerful lineup like these Phillies or a team with lesser talents or less power. I still think as a big league pitcher, you have to make the hitters respect the fastball and pitch off of it. Doesn't necessarily mean, for the softer throwers, that you have to establish it down the heart, establish it off the plate in, make them think about it, pitch off of it. But Charlie's more or less been pitching more or less off this BP fastball or the breaking ball, the 2 strikeouts on big breaking balls that were up in the zone.
Ibanez flied out to McCutchen in the first. Count 2-1 on Ibanez, 5th in the league in slugging. Tied for 8th in homers with 27. 1 home run in his last 25 games, covering 93 at bats. In fact, his last 58 at bats, he has 9 hits. At a .150 batting average. 2-2 count on the former Mariner, the former Kansas City Royal, Raul Ibanez. Not many changes from the World Championship team over the winter. This is the big one, and essentially replacing Pat Burrell in left for Raul Ibanez.
And Charlie Manuel couldn't have expected the production he got from Ibanez, especially early. I didn't think throughout a year that you'd get more homers from Ibanez than you get from Burrell. RBIs maybe. Ibanez can drive in runs.
Yeah, he's driven in over 100 each of the last 3 years.
So far this at bat, fastball, changeup, fastball. Now 3-2, changeup.
Got him with it. That is his 3rd strikeout. He punches out a couple and walks Howard. Andrew McCutchen led off the bottom of the 1st inning with his 9th home run of the season to tie the game at 1. Phillies had a home run from Paul Bacco in the 2nd, and McCutchen will lead off the 3rd inning.
Well, you try to make predictions as to what kind of hitter McCutchen's going to be. We were talking about it, Greg, and you said, oh, he's going to hit 15, 20 homers a year, maybe.
Line drive to left. Yeah, let's just wait on that prediction.
Yeah,
he's something special. We do know that.
Yeah, half the season for McCutchen. Not even really half the season. He's got 9.
288 at bats. This is his 72nd game.
And bat speed. That's that fastball, and Happ tries to get it in there, and McCutchen says, get it out. Flick of the wrists.
It's had 3 leadoff home runs for him, too. 3 of the 9. Kenny Lofton, the last Pirates, hit 3 leadoff home runs in the season back in 2003. McCutchen with 15 steals in 18 tries.
Happ, not a very good move, that first move over. And the more he throws over, I think the more McCutchen, or any base runner, likes it. Get a pretty good idea of what kind of move the lefty has. And McCutchen was on first base at least once before against Happ. He singled against Happ back in early July when Pirates were in Philly.
Rounded foul between the first base bag and the first base coach Perry Hill.
I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, but almost looked as if Delwin Young was trying to hit that hole on the right side, with Howard holding the runner over. Lots of room over there.
We always like to give you some numbers when it comes to pitchers, and if this reflects their moves at all, whatever the case may be. 6 attempts of stolen bases when Happ's been on the mound this season. 3 have been successful, 3 caught.
There's a bit of a better move from Happ. And again, the more McCutchen sees him come over, the easier it'll be for him to pick up something.
He was picked off last night by Cole Hamels in the 3rd inning. Was McCutchen. A 1-3-6 caught stealing. And the Pirate fans trying to be as vocal, if not more so, than the many Philly fans that have been on hand here. It's been a very interesting 3-game series. So many Philly fans on hand. Still 0-2 on Delwin Young.
That time Happ switched it up, slide step to the plate. Hamels, now he has a pretty good move. It takes a while to develop. I mean, he seems like he's in the air forever when he lifts his right leg. One that caught McCutchen. Happ looks to be a little easier to read.
Half swing foul.
Happ just keeps pounding Delwin Young with fastballs.
Cole Hamels. Chopper to short. Rollins will keep it himself and throw out Delwin Young, a double play.
A lot of fastballs, and Delwin Young just could not get the barrel to the baseball. And that's another thing that, you go back to McCutchen, and you have to be impressed. Now, he's taken 2 swings on fastballs, and he's centered both of them. One to center for a homer, the base hit to left. Delwin Young, who has been impressive as well this year, been hitting over 300 pretty much the entire year. He got about 7, 8 straight fastballs. He just can't get to it. It's different bat speed. Philly fans are going to give the Pirate fans a bad rep. Philly fan had a ball right in his midst, dropped it.
And that will be the final out as Ryan Howard beats Garrett Jones to the first base bag.
under our wing.
Tonight's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting to the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. Welcome and thank you for what you do. Charlie Morton here in the fourth, faces the bottom third of the order for the Phillies. Feliz, Bacco, and Happ. Feliz struck out looking in the second. And Luis Cruz. It's the fourth inning, top of, and you know what that means. Yep. Aflac trivia question time. Which Pirate homered from both sides of the plate in 1988 against the Phillies at Three Rivers Stadium? Not the toughest Aflac trivia question in the world, but appropriate, playing the Phillies. Paul Bacco homered in the second.
Yeah, that's, to me, seems obvious. One big fella comes to mind.
I'm trying to think if you even have any choices other than the one big fella.
Yeah.
I don't think how many switch hitters were on that late 80s team.
Is Wally Backman there yet?
No.
So it has to be the big fella.
Was R.J. Reynolds 88? Would that have been too late? Yeah, he'd have been
Reynolds
there.
was here till 90.
Oh, well. Two and two the count now on Paul Bacco. Good veteran catcher. Not going to get much offense from him. Came in batting 169. Just his second home run. Paul Gabor Bacco.
When did he start?
First year, 1998. His first year in the major leagues with the Tigers. Signed by the Phillies as a minor league free agent in May. The Cubs didn't keep him around. He was with the Reds last year at 217. He's been with the Tigers, Astros, Marlins, Braves, Brewers, Cubs, Dodgers, Royals, Orioles, and Reds, and now Phillies. Lifts this ball down the line and right and heading toward the seats.
He played in Double-A.
He played in Double-A
for the Reds, or for the Phillies.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah. It's not normal.
No, not with this kind of resume. 37 years old now, Paul Bacco. He's played for 11 teams, and you don't want to walk him.
No.
You don't want to give up a home run to him, but you certainly don't want to walk a guy hitting 169. And the only reason Bacco is in the big leagues is because of his glove, his work behind the plate, and he gives a day off to the regular catcher now and again. Jay Happ. Three walks for Morton. Third baseman LaRoche in, fully anticipating a bunt, and time called.
Yeah, and that's because Domick put down fastball away. He shook no. He put fastball in. He shook no. And Happ's going to bunt. You know,
and no secrets.
And, you know, throw the ball over the plate and see if he can bunt it.
Yeah.
You get a free out, take advantage of it. Who knows? He might not be able to put it down. You might get a cheap strikeout out of it.
Bunts it, and you might get an out at second.
Or double play.
There's one. No, but they get one. Nicely done. Domit on to Cruz, who fired to first.
There you go. Not a very good bunt from Happ. He just he deadened it, but just put it right out in front of the plate. Easy for Domit to get it out to Cruz. The turn just not quick enough. Happ, after he sees it wasn't a good bunt, to his credit, showed some urgency getting down the line.
Luis Cruz off with the throw right away as Rollins lines one to deep right. Back Garrett Jones. It is off the wall, and Jay Happ will be held at third on the double by Rollins off the wall and right. Rollins is 3 for 3 tonight.
Well, for the most part today, when Charlie Morton has been able to throw a strike, it's been over the heart, and it's been up. Struggling with his command a bit. And that pitch, not a lot different as far as location is concerned, and not much different a pitch than the ball he hit out against Ohlendorf first night, or first pitch of the game here. Fastball, outer third, about thigh high.
Victorino has singled to right and flied to left. 34 doubles for Rollins. Ball one on Victorino. One ball, one strike. You look at this Phillies team, it's no wonder they win the World Series last year. And you look at them this year, it's hard to find many weaknesses. They're so well balanced. They've got the power, the speed, the defense. Just saw Rollins with his 34th double. That's among the league leaders. Shane Victorino tied for the league lead in triples with 11. They've got the starting pitching. Maybe the weak link this year is Brad Lidge.
Yeah. Can you imagine if he was on top of his game like he was a year ago, where he didn't blow a save?
Yeah, even as it is, with a less than stellar Brad Lidge, the Phillies at 72 and 51, leading their division by 7 games over the Braves and Marlins.
And a less than stellar Cole Hamels for much of the year. We moved Jamie Moyer, who had a good year last year. He's out of the rotation. Made room for Cliff Lee, who's been just about unhittable.
It's lights out Lee is what it is.
Yep.
As a matter of fact, talk to some Phillies people. They would suggest to you that if the playoffs were to start tomorrow, the starting 3 would probably be Cliff Lee, Joe Blanton, and Jay Happ.
Yeah.
That's how good Happ has been.
Yeah.
Cole Hamels was the MVP of the World Series and National League Championship Series last year. 1-2 the count on Victorino, trying to put him away in a discussion with Domit. Pedro Martinez added on as the 5th starter. Sorts, he has been okay, gotten plenty of offense for him. An ERA of 5.14 in his 3 starts.
He's almost striking out 1 per inning, which is impressive. 16 hits, 14 innings for Pedro.
Yeah, just missing, no call going the way of Charlie Morton. Brian Gorman, the home plate umpire.
Tries the backdoor breaking ball, but as you can see, that's well off the plate. And Domit's holding it there, pleading with the home plate umpire to call it. And here another.
Wow.
And you know, and it's frustrating. And you know, it's frustrating, I'm sure, for Domit and maybe for Charlie and for Joe Kerrigan. I mean, they go through scouting reports. before every game, and they have all the percentages. Joe Kerrigan digs through every number imaginable as to who to throw what in certain counts, and they go over all this stuff.
Well, why so many meetings here between them? Why can't they come to terms?
Exactly.
And he went. The strikeout. Morton strikes out his 4th, and the Phillies leave a couple. 2-1 Philadelphia. To the plate, 1988 against the Phillies, Three River Stadium Rock. You think it's easy, so
Has to be Bobby Poe.
indeed. Bobby Bonilla. The 1988 team was just gearing up. It looked as though 1989 was going to be the year. Those 88 Bucks had a nice run. Looked as though 1989 would be the year that put them over the top. But injuries early on to guys like Mike LaValliere and Jim Gott. You were part of that team in '89, right?
No.
Never appeared in a game in '89? Wow. Your first
in Lynchburg.
First year in the big leagues was what?
91.
Okay. I wasn't that far off. Don't look at me like I'm nuts. This ball fouled out of play. 2 years later, you were in the big leagues.
Salem. Yeah, it was my first full season was '89 in the minor leagues. Salem, Virginia.
That '88 team. Ball bounced to third. Roche is retired for the first out.
I think Adams getting frustrated, and you know, Andy LaRoche rather is getting frustrated. I think there's at bats where he goes up there, looks like he's trying to do too much. He rolls over, hits the ball to third, and there's other at bats he hits it right on the button. He got robbed of a hit by Jimmy Rollins his first time up. Hit about at least 2 balls hard last night, where good plays were made on him. I think that kind of frustration kind of mounts, and it may end up adding on at bat after at bat, because you're sitting there thinking, have a good at bat, I get nothing for it. So you try something different. And when you try something different, that's when things start to snowball. So just stick with the program if you can.
Andy LaRoche has won for his last 20 at bats, by the way, as Domet fouls this one off. We were wondering about how many switch hitters were on that 1988 team. Mentioned Bobby Bonilla, R.J. Reynolds, John Cangelosi, and Orestes Destrada were the switch hitters on that 1988 Pirates team that went 85 and 75, finished second in the National League East. 3-1 the count.
I would expect Ryan Domet to get a fastball here. He's going to look to drive something. Happ's going to try to throw it away. Left it up.
Couple of walks. Friday night, September the 4th, the Pirates take on the Redbirds. Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday and company. All fans in attendance get a Pirates knit ski cap. Compliments of FedEx. Zach Duke shows you the ski cap. It's also Dollar Dog Night. Compliments of Sugardale and Saloni's Italian Bread. That's Friday night, September the 4th. 7:05. Get your tickets. Call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or visit Pirates.com. Nicely done by Zach Duke, by the way. 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or Pirates.com. That's Friday night, September the 4th. We look for runs to knock off some from that $24 price tag. Originally $24, the left and right field box seats for that series against the Cardinals, Friday, September 4th through Sunday, September 6th. U Score is the Bucks score promotion. 8 runs scored so far in this series, so those seats currently $16.
Late on that fastball, 91. Almost hit it behind him.
There you are.
Need some chings.
Yeah. Friday morning, tomorrow morning, go to pirates.com/howmanyruns or call 1-800-BUY-BUCKS or stop by the PNC Park box office. Still 1-2 on Millage.
And again, Lasting's Millage having trouble getting the barrel out. We've seen that a lot. That sneaky quick fastball, and it's kind of frustrating as a hitter. You're like, well, you look up at the scoreboard, you see 89, 90, 91. Why can't I get the barrel out? Typically, it's just because of a release point that's somewhat hard to pick up. The ball gets on you. Millage once again jammed by a 91-mile-an-hour heater. As a hitting coach, what you try to get the guys to do is just to get the hands in a ready position sooner. Shorten up your stride, try to get the front foot down sooner, try to get your hands back a little bit earlier, and get ready to hit just a tick quicker. Well, I guess the Bucks are all going to do it the old, what was it, power of the stash?
Broken bat bouncer to third. There's 1, 2, another double play. Village gets into the DP. 2-1, Phils.
It's 2 there, 3-2 changeup to get Ibanez, and then a 2-strike hard slider, back foot slider to Shane Victorino. So Charlie Morton still in the game despite throwing 80 pitches through 4, struggling with the command, but has only allowed those 2 runs. So Charlie,
boy, if he could get it going here.
yeah, I mean, he's doing what he can as far as keeping his team in the ball game. Certainly struggling, and trying to get on the same page with catcher Ryan Domit. Numerous discussions on the mound as to what strategy to go with, and this is a tough Philly lineup, although they haven't been clicking on all cylinders in this series. First 2 games, both teams for that matter, struggling with runners in scoring position. Now the Phils have had chances tonight as well.
A bounced foul by Utley, who's walked and struck out.
Tonight, Phillies with 5 chances with runners in scoring position. They're 0 for 5. Both teams on Tuesday night were 0 for 10 going into the 9th with runners in scoring position. Again, last night, both teams struggling. And there was a little take me off of something, the fastball there at 90 miles an hour. Didn't try to overthrow it. Kind of started it out off the plate inside to Utley. Got a little tail to catch the corner. And got away with a little bit of a hanger there. It looked like he tried to get Utley looking on another high breaking ball.
Out in front 0-2 on Utley with Howard to follow.
Trying to lock him up with an inside fastball. Just missing. Good location though. And he's so close to the plate. These guys are so tough to pitch to. They crowd the plate. They don't go off the plate away. Utley, good fastball hitter.
And the catch made. So he gets the first man.
One thing about Lasting's thrillage over there in left.
Lasting's thrillage.
Yeah, that's what
McCutcheon called him last
was
night.
calling him. Yeah, mic'd up. But you don't see it very often. Big league outfielder. He goes over there and snatches it with 2 hands, doesn't he?
Not the Dave Parker.
No, not a snatch, but catches it with 2 hands, and that's always good.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
This has popped up, and the shortstop crews the overshift, and the Pirates have their shortstop on the left side, the only man. 2009 Pirates baseball on FSN Pittsburgh is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. We'll be on a plane headed to the next road trip. 3 in Milwaukee, and then 4 games in Cincinnati beginning on Monday. Jason Worth has popped up and flied to right. I know we've talked about this probably, I'd use the term ad infinitum, but it's been maybe incessant at times to some fans about the work ethic. But I think the reason we do it is because it is so unusual at the major league level. And so whether it's, means anything at all, I guess we'll find out. But you can't question some of these players' work ethic. I thought about that when you mentioned Millich. He's out there all the time, along with Delvin Young and many others in the coaching staff, as Charlie Morton enjoys a 1-2-3 top of the 5th. 2-1 Philadelphia. Whoa. Is that real?
It's Philly for you. What you see. You walk the streets of Philly. Peacock hairdos.
That's John Wainert here, the Pittsburgh Pirates, is on the left field, and Steve Pearce has himself a leadoff double. See if the Pirates can get that tying run across at least, as they are working hard. Pearce 2 for 2.
I see, not much of a stride. The foot's down early, the hands are back. He got the fastball in and he turned on it.
You saw him between innings. I don't know if we showed it on the air or not. A couple of innings back, really going over something. Was it Garrett Jones?
Yeah, he's talking with Garrett Jones, what I'm assuming something that he saw in Garrett Jones' swing. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, basically talking about getting the hands in a good, strong position and getting them there early. I mean, that's what it looked like. I obviously couldn't hear it.
Luis Cruz walked in the second.
Situation here, you say guy on second, nobody out. They're not necessarily going to give yourself up here if you're Luis Cruz. You got Charlie Morton, the pitcher, on deck.
Fly ball to Victorino for the out.
Situation, if you're the eighth hitter in the lineup and the pitcher's going to bat, you try to drive that run home. You don't want to give yourself up. Tony Beasley, he's ready to wave somebody. The Bucks have played well this series. They've played hard, but I think Tony, he's only had the opportunity to wave one guy home. And that was a little iffy.
Yeah. That was Pixler, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Go now. Oh, what? Yep. Yeah. That was because of the bobble by Jason Worth, the opening game of the series.
Ninth inning, tying run. I think Charlie Morton just went up there and started to square to bunt, and I think somebody yelled timeout because this isn't a situation that you're typically going to bunt. Runner on second, one out. Try to knock them in. You've got a few knocks this year. Steve Pearce just as well that he's at second and with one out, and third with two outs. No sense giving them an out, so Charlie's going to be swinging.
Strike on Charlie Morton. Morton struck out rather routinely in the second.
Looks like Hap's going to stick with the same program, just a bunch of fastballs. He stayed away. He may try to climb the ladder. He climbed the ladder with Morton back in the second to finish him off.
And headed up the middle. Oh, diving stop, Rollins. What a play by Jimmy Rollins to rob Morton of a hit. 2 outs.
He threw that fastball right down the middle. It looked like Morton, who fisted it a bit, was going to get himself a base hit, but out of nowhere comes Jimmy Rollins. And up a strong throw right on the money. Looked like Charlie was running pretty good down to first base.
Rollins working on his 3rd straight Gold Glove season. Gold Glover in 07 and 08. It's up to McCutchen to get the runner home with 2 outs now.
Yeah, we'll see if he gets the chance. It's funny.
Yeah, he's playing in his 72nd game, and you're right.
Yeah.
Trying to see guys really work around him almost.
He got pitched around last night in a critical situation. Change up. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. You know, he's batting leadoff, and he's probably your most dangerous hitter. So I'm sure that he'll finish the year as the leadoff hitter, but we'll see where he ends up next year in the lineup. I think he's a perfect three-hole guy. He certainly has proven that he can handle pressure situations. He's unfazed by just about anything. Hits well with 2 strikes. Discipline. There's the pop. It's a hit in the 3-hole.
And Happ gets him. And McCutchen 2 for 3 against Jay Happ. Pirates leave a man. Phillies still up by 1. He's leading at 2-1 through 5 innings. Jimmy Rollins 3 for 3. Double, run scored, stolen base. Andrew McCutchen 2 for 3. Then off the bottom of the first inning with a home run. Take a look at the home run. It was majestic. To dead central. Paul Bacco then gave the Phillies back the lead. Very next inning. His second home run. Tonight's ANO Motors game summary. The battle of Rookie of the Year contenders in the National League. Jay Happ and Andrew McCutchen.
Well, they keep going the way they have been. They're certain to be 1-2 in my book.
What about Tommy Hanson of the Braves? Is he in the mix?
Not in my book.
Okay.
And
that's all that matters, to be honest with you.
I haven't seen him.
All right. Talked a lot about other position players who are sure to get consideration for Rookie of the Year, including the Rockies' Dexter Fowler, Gerardo Parra of the Diamondbacks, Colby Rasmus of the Cardinals. We'll see Casey McGee again in the Brewers coming up in a series starting tomorrow night in Milwaukee. As Raul Ibanez takes ball 3. Ibanez has flied out and struck out. Meanwhile, Jay Happ has allowed 4 hits and the 1 run so far through his 5 innings. 10-2 as a rookie. And this is 18th start. Morton tries to come back, falling behind 3-0, now 3-2. Ibanez, his fly out to center field ended the 1st inning, and then he struck out to end the 3rd. A dozen starts for Morton, averaging almost 82 pitches. And this is 95th, and it's fouled off.
Got a piece of Ryan Doman's right shoulder. It can't feel good. Another changeup from Charlie Morton, 3-2 to Ibanez. That's what he struck him out with. That might have got him right in the chest. Oof. Catchers are tough.
And he got him.
Yep. Another changeup. And Ibanez, boys, he out of sorts.
Yeah.
As hot as he was earlier in the year, that's about as cold as you can get now.
Second time he's gone down on strikes. 5 Ks on the night for Morton.
He's trying to keep that head down. It just won't stay there. That head's trying to stay, with that front shoulder's taking it off the ball. And he's falling in love with that changeup. It's got good movement. And it tails down and into a righty, down and away from a lefty.
Ahead of Felice 0-2. Left side, backhand Cruz on to first. Well done, Luis Cruz.
Just makes it look easy. That's a very, very tough play that Luis Cruz makes look easy. And you'll see as he goes to his right, he's going to plant that right foot. He's in position to throw now. Before he caught the ball, he's in a position to get off a good, strong throw. He's planted, quick exchange from glove to hand. And because he was in such a strong position, throwing position, got a lot on it, right on the money.
Filling in for Ronnie Cedeno. Paul Bacco has homered and walked. And he takes ball 1. Ball 2. And this, with all due respect to Paul Bacco, this is not Johnny Bench.
Nope.
I mean, he's a career .231 hitter in the big leagues. And thanks to his home run tonight in his 2 plate appearances plus a walk, his average up to 182. And now 3-0 on Bacco.
I'm trying to think of, he's peeking down there hoping he got the green light. Why wouldn't he? It's a 1-run game. Let her go. I'm sure he does have it. I don't know if he wanted it.
4-pitch
sure
walk.
I'm wondering, did he get a strike his last at bat?
I don't know if it was a 4-pitch walk or not.
I know what 2-0 was the home run pitch.
Some things you just cannot explain. Joe Kerrigan on the phone. I mean, Morton on a bit of a roll, actually. After the double by Rollins, struck out Victorino, a 1-2-3 fifth. The first 2 outs here in the 6th, and then he walks Bacco on 4 pitches. Now Jay Happ.
Well, let's just assume now as John Russell calls time to get Steve Pearce. I think to get Steve Pearce to get behind the runner at first. No, Steve Pearce holding the catcher Bacco on at first. And you'd almost want to back off and get behind Bacco in case he wanted to go.
Sure.
throw them out and have the pitcher lead off next inning.
Let them try it.
Not that Charlie Manuel or anybody else would allow Baco to go, but it might tempt them. But you know, let's say Morton gets through this inning, he goes 6 strong, just 2 earned runs, 5 hits allowed. I mean, you look, it's a quality start. His team's in the game, but he didn't pitch well. That's hard to say.
Yeah, look at the raw numbers. Bottom line, you know, 2 runs, 5 hits. That line is good. Pirates trail 2-1. Freeze cam. Bottom of the first, Andrew McCutcheon. Leading off against Jay Happ. Victorino back. Gone. And you see, just clearing the center field wall into the shrubbery. Coors Light freeze cam. Brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Two, 3, 4 hitters for the Pirates against Jay Happ. Morton appears to be finished. Got the congrats from Joe Kerrigan. And Denny Batista continues to warm in the Pirates bullpen.
Let's see if we can get him off the hook right here. Delwyn Young has had trouble catching up to the Happ heater.
Joe Kerrigan. Young fouls it out of play.
Happ not changing the game plan against Delwyn Young. I mean, that's at least 10 straight fastballs.
That's incredible. Yep. Changed it there, didn't he?
Yep. Change up. Delwyn Young, you got to figure out doing everything he can to get the barrel out there. He just couldn't do it. And so Happ pulled the string. Delwyn chased.
Garrett Jones has bounced to second, grounded to first.
It almost looked what Steve Pearce was talking to Garrett Jones in between innings a few innings ago. It almost was appearing as if Pearce was saying Jones was laying that bat down.
Gobbled up by Felice and getting Garrett Jones very close over there.
He's always hustling Garrett Jones. Pearce was suggesting that Jones was kind of laying his bat down before he started his swing. Doesn't do it here. A little bit off the end of the bat and hustling as always. That's the other thing, though, when you try to make a in-game adjustment. You kind of go to the plate, you start thinking about stuff like that. Kind of affect your approach, kind of affect how well you see the ball. Get to thinking a bit too much. But looked pretty good. I mean, as far as the bat, hands, strong position. He just got out in front, hit a little cue ball.
Andy LaRoche really struggling. One hit in his last 21 at bats. Just 3 for 23 as the cleanup hitter. Certainly not your ideal number 4 man in the lineup. But he's it for the time being.
Yeah, it's been, what, at least a week now.
Yeah.
Huh?
And a liner toward right. And a base hit.
Thank goodness.
Jason Worth.
And I mentioned he's hit some balls hard the last couple of nights. Nothing to show for it. I guarantee you, when he was running down the first, he was thinking, oh, no.
There's no way. You're not catching that.
Good little short stroke on top, inside. And that's what we saw more of from Andy LaRoche in spring training the first couple of months of the season. I think got around June, July, started trying to pull the ball a little bit more. Didn't see as many base hits up the middle or the other way.
Fly ball to right. Easy for Jason Worth. Pirates have had action. Men on base through 6, but just 1 run so far against Jay Happ. Still down 2-1. Pirates down 2-1 at the rubber match of this 3-game series. Final game of the 9-game homestand. If you're traveling, can watch your Buccos on FSN. You can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv, the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games per week live on your computer. And you can even catch those you miss on demand. For more details, visit Pirates.com, where baseball is always on. T-shirt Thursday tonight.
We got a quick minute here. I want to wish a couple of folks happy birthday. The Rad Boys, Angelo, Anthony. I know one just had one. The other's coming up. I know they're watching, big fans. Along with their mom and dad, Mike and Anna. So happy birthday, boys.
Denny Batista takes over. His second appearance. Retired each of the 3 Reds batters he faced on Saturday. His first appearance of the year for the Pirates. Batista appeared in 35 games last year with Pittsburgh after being acquired from the Tigers for a minor league pitcher. .95, 1 ball, 1 strike. Hey, we want to pass along best wishes to our good buddy Dr. Ed Diamond, team optometrist for the last 19 years. Dr. Diamond injured in a fall recently and recuperating at home. We're anxious to see him back at the ballpark real soon. So, Doc, hope you're feeling better. Fly ball to McCutchen. 1 away. Also, best wishes to Joe Cronin. Chris Cronin, who worked in the Pirates front office for a number of years. His uncle Joe in and out of the hospital recently. Been watching all the Bucco games. And while we're at it, Monica Nahr, hope she's off the disabled list real soon. 1 out.
Doc Diamond, I'm sure he'll be back in the flow of things here shortly.
Victorino, bouncing ball, backhand. Delwyn Young making strides with that glove at second.
He just looks like a second baseman. I mean, he does. That's probably the best compliment I can give the guy. And he looks like a second baseman. And what's unusual about this? I mean, it's easy. He goes to his right, backhand, great footwork, opens that front shoulder, drops down a bit, gets rid of it, right on the money. What can you say? I mean, he's doing the work.
I don't know if I was with you or somebody else, Rock, over the past week or so, almost apologizing for being overly excited about Delwyn Young, getting some criticism from people who have maybe watched or listened. You know, going crazy over routine plays. This guy is learning to play second base at the major league level. He's played less than 30 games for the Pirates this year. There,
it's not easy. And rightfully so. We've given Perry Hill a lot of credit, but he doesn't get all the credit. I mean, Delwyn Young is showing some athletic ability that we didn't see before he started playing there regularly. When he first started playing over there, he looked really unathletic. He looked stiff. He looked uncertain. And now he looks fantastic. I mean, he's making highlight reels.
The play he made last night, that line drive. I mean, we didn't know, and we still don't, what the final outcome will be with him as a second baseman defensively. And fly ball to left. Millage makes the catch, and a 1-2-3 7th for Denny Batista. 7th inning stretch time. Pirates and Phillies. Rubber match of the series. There is no denying his willingness to work with Perry Hill every single day. Here's the play we alluded to earlier, the line drive. Ben Francisco hit it in the 4th inning. Lastings Village, swing and a miss.
Don't get too big here, Lastings. We know you've hit a couple of homers, and we need a base runner. Short and quick, barrel of the ball. Let's manufacture something, and this is a thing that this team has really struggled with these last few nights, getting guys in. And we've had base runners, but we haven't been able to drive them in. I want to say
0 for 7 last night with men in scoring position. Left 9 men on.
We were 0 for 10 the night before until the 9th. And when we got the Moss base hit and the McCutchen homer. So we're
0 for 3, 0 for 4 tonight.
Pitcher spot due up 4th. So Chris Buchek out there loosening just in case.
Two for 25 overall men in scoring position against the Phillies. Pirates winning game 1 on the dramatic walk-off by McCutchen. Lost last night on the home run in the 10th inning by Ryan Howard. And Millage swings and misses for the strikeout. 4th K for Happ.
Right, at times we blame the offense as far as the deficiencies or the inconsistencies. As Millage swings over a little breaking ball, and that's again that fastball, that sneaky quick that guys are having have been struggling to catch up to. Then you start to swing a little early, you cheat a little bit, and then he throws a changeup or a breaking ball. Pierce, by the way, has been able to get to that fastball. Only he and McCutchen have been able to turn it around.
4 of the 5 hits for those two.
Maybe LaRoche slashed one into right. 2 strikes. But what I was about to say about the runners in scoring position, I mean, you do have to tip your cap to the Phillies pitchers in this series. And you look at Joe Blanton, he's probably been their most consistent starter who's been in the rotation the entire year. Hamels, obviously World Series hero a year ago, and now Happ, one of the better lefties in the National League this year. Hamels a bit of a rocky road this year, just ups and downs, but he pitched a gem last night. So you do have to tip your hat to the opposition now and again, although there's been opportunities the Pirates have to cash in on some of them, especially the runners on third, less than 2 outs. Against Blanton, I want to say, was it Blanton or Hamels? It was against Blanton. There was 3 or 4 times with less than 2 outs just in the first 3 innings.
Fly ball on the 3-2 pitch. Pierce will be the second out. First 2 men retired. And now Luis Cruz against Jay Happ. Again, does not like to have his name pronounced J.A. Happ for reasons known only to him. He says he prefers Jay. And he was asked about, well, then why don't you just change your name and your spelling to J-A-Y? He says no, he likes the J period A period to appear in newspapers or on baseball cards or elsewhere. He said, I understand it's a contradiction, but that's the way it is.
Showing his displeasure, the young rookie. I would think in that clubhouse he gets called J.A. a lot. As a rookie, don't call me J.A.
Yeah.
That's an invite. Yeah, that was kind of unusual, though. The 1-0 pitch was just a bit down. Happ got the ball back and turned around, took a little walk, showing his displeasure. And painted 2 fastballs. And that's why he's so successful. That fastball command. 2-0, Paying a fastball. 2-1, paying a fastball.
Bounces it to Howard. And Luis Cruz is retired, and the Pirates go down in order for the first time tonight against Jay Happ. They're trailing 2-1. Monty Pearson played for Cleveland, the Yankees, Reds, won 100 games from 1932 to 1941. And in case you're wondering, the other no-nos at Yankee Stadium following Monty Pearson: Bob Feller, Allie Reynolds, Virgil Trucks, Don Larson, of course, in the 1956 World Series against the Dodgers, Dave Righetti, Jim Abbott, Dwight Gooden, David Wells, and David Cohn for the last no-hitter at Yankee Stadium, July 18, 1999. Ryan Howard at the plate. Wells and Cohn were perfect games, as was Don Larson's in the World Series. 2-0 on Ryan Howard facing Denny Bautista.
Bautista turning it up to 96. Nice to see Bautista in that 7th inning, by the way. Quick work. Aggressive in the zone. I know you guys like to say aggressive in the mitt, but he's pitching to contact. Aggressive to the bat. Even right there, challenging.
I like to say unafraid of the wood.
Unafraid of the wood. Well, Bautista certainly was unafraid of the wood right there after falling behind 2-0. Fastball right there. 2-1. Challenging the big boy, Ryan Howard. What's he going to get? 2-2. Wanted to come in there. It's almost as if whole way through his motion, I'm going in, and he kind of just lost conviction at the very end. Moment wants it in there. Bautista. Second thoughts.
Hit hard the other way. Millage back and makes the catch, nearing the 383 mark. Ryan Howard close to home run number 36, disappointing the Philly fans.
That might have been in the second deck at his ballpark.
Yeah.
Citizens Bank
That's
Park.
a great point.
I mean,
you're right.
He could just flick him out of there. Straight away left's a joke. Look at him.
He thinks he's got it.
Yeah, posing. Oh, wait a minute. But that's the amazing thing about this Phillies team, because that ballpark, the ball flies, it's small, but they've hit as many home runs on the road.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Watch the swing again. Everybody wearing Phillies red thinks it's gone, as does Howard. Well, Charlie Manuel was talking about the pitch that Ryan Matson threw to Brandon Moss last night that went for a home run over the right field wall, and Manuel was saying this is such a big yard. Next time in that situation, you're going to hit it out as a left-hand batter. You're going to hit it out to left.
Yeah.
So we'll address that situation. Jason Worth 0 for 3. It will be interesting. It's right now a one-run game, and Jay Happ is going to be heading out for at least the 8th inning. And depending on the score, maybe the 9th, but maybe not. And Brad Lidge was not used last night because he had been used 4 consecutive games previously, so he was going to get the day off regardless of what had happened the night before. Lidge giving up the 3 runs, including the game-winning home run to McCutchen. But Charlie Manuel would use Lidge tonight in a save situation, as we understand it, now that he's gotten the day off. And 3-2 on Worth.
I just looked it up, Greg. They've hit more home runs on the road than at home.
It's truly amazing. It is.
They've
played bandbox.
This is their 63rd road game. They've played 61 at home. 91 home runs on the road, 90 at home. Everybody giving chase. That ball well out of play.
Remains 3-2 on Jason Worth.
And you think about it, look at the division they're in. So they play at Citi Field. That's a huge ballpark. Atlanta, that's a big ballpark.
Miami.
Miami at night, the ball doesn't carry there at all. It's short to left, but it's legit to right. And they got a bunch of left-handed power hitters.
Well, hit in the air. Maybe room. No, just out of reach for Jones and Pierce. Worth gets another shot.
And that's the new ballpark. That plays fair. I wouldn't say it's a bandbox, but it's not exactly big.
And the place they play in now is a bandbox.
Yep. That's one thing we really haven't done with Worth until tonight. He didn't start first game of the series. Pound him with that heater. Not in this time, but away. By him.
Raul Ibanez 0 for 3 in this one.
We were in Philly. They got the Raul, and you can hear it here a little bit at PNC Park with all the Philly fans in town. And he keeps swinging the way he has been the last month or so.
They'll turn from Raul's to Booze, right?
Exactly. Greg, you got a spider on your headset.
Thank you.
I took care of it.
Glad you were here, not Robert Walk.
In the hallway.
0-2 on Raul Ibanez. Denny Batista looking to make it 2 perfect innings.
Going upstairs. Good pitch.
Oh, nicely done by Denny Bautista. 6 up, 6 down. Head to the bottom of the 8th, down 1.
Lines is ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on.
And welcome back to Pittsburgh's Three Rivers and PNC Park. Kind of like the old Three River Stadium days. We said that earlier, the Pirates and the Phillies. A great battle. And Ronnie Cedeno bats for Bautista.
Good work for Denny.
Cedeno pinch hit double in the 7th inning. We said that pinky on the right hand still bothering him. Fractured the tip of it, and he hasn't started since last Friday.
Happ still pitching in 90-mile-an-hour range. You know what's funny is, you know how the scoreboard has the horizontal break and the vertical break. You know, when Happ throws that fastball, there's hardly ever any movement. It's like 1 inch, 1 inch. That one it said 3 inches, 3 inches. But most of his fastball, there's less movement than anybody.
Isn't that strange?
Pretty straight. That's what I mean. It's just sneaky. He just hides it.
Look at this. Look at Ronnie Cedeno stepping up, and a base hit to start the 8th inning. And, you know, normally guys like McCutchen, a rookie, a leadoff hitter, you'd be thinking bunt all the way.
Exactly.
But not here. It would be actually surprising if John Russell asked McCutchen to try and sacrifice.
You're right.
Southwest Field cam.
Nice piece on Cedeno, 2-strike hitting. But he is, I mean, Happ, when he goes through his delivery, that ball gets behind his back, and I really don't think the hitter picks it up until, you know, it's about halfway there. They just don't take good swings.
And here again, this matchup for the 4th time of Rookie of the Year contenders. Jay Happ, 10-2, 2.59 ERA for the Phillies against Andrew McCutchen, who has a 9-game hitting streak now. It is 9th home run of the year in the 1st. And a fly ball to right. For the out. McCutchen 2 for 4.
Something off speed. It was left up actually by Happ. But, Andrew didn't get all of it. I think Andrew probably kicking himself that first pitch fastball. I don't think he was expecting a fastball right there. Somebody started yelling at Andrew on his way down the steps into the dugout. He kind of paused, looked up.
A Philly fan, huh?
I'm guessing.
Ronnie Cedeno looking down at third base coach Tony Beasley. Delwin Young out of the box looking down that way. Young 0 for 3. Hit into a 6-3 double play in the third inning. Flied out to center field in the first. Struck out his last time. And a fly ball to right for the second out.
Well, it looks like Jay Happ has almost stopped Delwin Young's bat. He just could not get to it all night long. And Delwin's had some battles. He fouled off some pitches and had some decent at bats against him, but he just could not get the barrel out in front. Kept catching everything behind him. G. Jones, he could turn things around in a hurry.
Jones hit homers in each of the 3 games in Philadelphia back in mid-July.
Again, the location, the fastball right on the edge. That's what Charlie Manuel you mentioned about late in the game. If you're going to let a guy beat you with a home run, it's going to have to be the other way. And again, Happ. And that's what impressive. Look at his location.
Yeah.
I mean, all night long.
Yep.
There hasn't been many pitches over the heart. Just on the edge, just off the edge. And nothing fancy, not in a great changeup, not a great breaking ball, mostly fastball changeup with just impeccable command.
Fly ball to center field. Did Garrett Jones get enough of it?
It is gone! How about it? G.I. Jones!
Can you believe it?
Nope.
It's unbelievable.
You cannot believe it unless you were here to see it. Incredible.
My goodness gracious.
What a series. Like the old days with Captain Willie. What a series. What a season for that rookie. 15 homers. And this one comes with 2 outs in the 8th inning. The Pirates doing nothing against Jay Happ. They have the lead now and are 3 outs away from taking 2 of 3 from the world champions.
Look at him. Ho hum. No biggie. And Happ made him beat him the other way. He wasn't going to, that pitch maybe not on the corner like the previous 2 or just off, but still outer third. Jones had to go the deepest part of the park. Now Happ a bit out of sorts.
Watch again.
I guess that got more middle than I thought. It was supposed to be away. He left it middle.
It's a strong dude, isn't it?
Yes, it is. He didn't get all of it. Because we've seen when he got all of it. He goes over the batter's eye when he gets all of it.
Philadelphia. So the Phillies, and we're talking a lot about the matchup between McCutchen and Happ for Rookie of the Year contention. Lest we forget Garrett Jones. Andy LaRoche fly ball. Center. Victorino there. Wow. Wow. Incredible stuff. Garrett Jones, 15th homer. Pirates lead 3 outs away from a series win. 2 outs, 1 on, bottom of the 8th. His team down 1. His 15th home run. This is his 48th game with Pittsburgh. And you talk about 2 rookies on the Pirates in McCutchen and Jones. And the rookie Jay Happ now in line for a loss. If Matt Capps, and boy, all these teammates of his encouraging him, rooting for him. He's working so hard to try and get back to that form of a couple of years ago. He said that's all you can do. Talking to him today, still has confidence.
He needs his location and better location. He needs to keep the ball down. And I mean, this could be a start, though. I mean, he's at the bottom of the lineup, so he's going to face Felice here, then probably a couple of pinch hitters. Or I don't know if Baco's on deck.
Baco is on deck.
So you're looking at 7, 8, 9.
And that's the order that he saw on Tuesday. He got Felice to bounce out on the first pitch to second baseman Delwyn Young. Then the trouble started. Carlos Ruiz, the catcher, then doubled, and then Ben Francisco with a double. Falls behind 2-0.
And that's a pitch that's pretty close. Pretty good command, actually, right there from Capps. Did not get the call. There we go. Not much different. Maybe up just a touch. But that's a good sign. That's what we remember, the successful Matt Capps. Not that he's not. I mean, he's still been pretty good in safe situations.
Broken bat, bouncer, Cruz. For the out. Aspendell play that made you smile. Let's make it the plays that made you smile, because Andrew McCutchen, one rookie, hits his 9th home run and playing in his 72nd game of his major league career. And Garrett Jones, his 48th game this season for Pittsburgh, giving the Pirates the lead. Now 2 outs away. And thanks to the 2-run homer, those tickets, normally $24, thanks to the 10 runs the Pirates have scored in this series, they're down to 14 for that September 4th through the 6th series against the Cardinals. And here's Paul Baco. Baco tonight against Charlie Morton. A home run, a walk, 2 walks. If Capps can get the next 2, the win would go to Denny Bautista, who was brilliant. It would be his first win of the season. Capps looking for his 24th save and 28 chances.
Yeah, that wasn't missing by much, but still up in the zone a bit. He still needs to work that ball down.
Matt Stairs.
He hasn't had a hit in a long time.
Bouncing ball past Cruz. Baco on base 4 times. Pirates trying to get a win and then get on the road. Verizon Wireless road ahead. Our TV schedule: 2 of the 3 against the Brewers on FSN starting tomorrow night. And then Monday, the second game of that day-night doubleheader against the Reds in Cincy, and Tuesday night as well. The other games, of course, always on our flagship FM News Talk 104.7 and our radio affiliates. Eric Bruntlett, pinch run in for Baco, and it's Matt Stairs at the plate.
Matt Stairs,
the all or nothing Stairs, right?
0 for his last 24, his last hit. We watched it against Matt Capps way back when.
Isn't that hard to believe?
Matt
It's been
Stairs
that long.
has it,
last hit.
Had a hit since July 11th. A pinch hit home run off of Matt Capps.
That was the game the Phillies scored 5 in the bottom of the 9th. And Stairs led off that bottom of the 9th inning with the home run.
It looked meaningless. I mean, well, who cares? You know, we were still up 3 at that point in time.
Stairs 2 for 2 in his career against Matt Capps. Power against power.
No question. What Matt Stairs is trying to do. I'll tell you, I go up there with one thing on my mind. That's hitting the ball out of the ballpark.
The Phillies have won 12 of their last 15 games. Falls behind 2-1, 24,470 on a Thursday night.
And they're still here, every one of them.
Strike, 2-2. Phillies, the most road wins, best road record in the major leagues. And the Pirates trying to win 2 of 3 against them. Got him. One more out for Caps.
He missed the location there a little bit. That was just basically rearing back and throwing it by him. But that was down the middle. That was right down the middle.
Can he get Rollins? Rollins lined out to right fielder Garrett Jones against Caps in the 9th inning on Tuesday. This is just an absolutely amazing atmosphere here.
Yep.
With the Philly fans and the Pirate fans. Raise the Jolly Roger. Bucks take 2 of 3 against the Philadelphia Phillies.
You look on paper and you see this lineup against our young Bucks and you think, boy, I mean, everything has to be perfect. And it starts with Charlie Morton. He wasn't perfect, but he pitched well enough to get this win, or at least give his team a chance to win. The Bucks pull it out. J.A. Happ, or J-Happ, was nearly perfect. And we were talking about impeccable command until that pitch to Jones, which was over the heart. He made him pay. Caps